and welcome to Beyond Sunday, a podcast from Schweitzer Church. I'm your host, Jason Leininger, and in studio today we have Debbie Murray and Jim Mason, Pastor Jim Mason. Welcome to you both.
Hello.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about Binder for Life. So, what is a Binder for Life? Or what is a Binder for Life class experience? What is it?
Yeah, the Binder for Life is an experience that we put together here at Schweitzer to benefit the congregation, and it's a foundation-sponsored class presented by the Schweitzer Foundation, where we seek to serve the foundation as well as manage gifts that are given to the foundation. But first, we serve through it's a class, Binder for Life, that seeks to organize your financial life.
Right.
And it's a gift to your loved ones when you can have your financial affairs in order, come what may.
So, who is Binder for Life looking to assist? What kind of folks or what age category of folks are people in who find themselves drawn to this experience?
I would say primarily people who are of retirement age, but really it would be a great class for young families to begin to understand and understand how to organize their financial affairs, because the earlier they can concentrate and put those things together, they just become more conscious of it as they age through the different stages of life.
And Debbie, Jim's got his finger in a lot of things, and so he shows up, and sometimes, there's things that he does and things like a class like Binder for Life. But what role do you serve in this enterprise?
Well, along with Larry Dills, we are merely facilitators or presenters of this class. The materials were actually developed by a large church in the Kansas City area. And so they put this class together and have presented it many, many times. And so I attended the class just to feel like I would be more prepared to help present it. But the sections and the ways it is presented, it was really patterned after what they originally started, which has been a wonderful resource for us.
Can you give us a little teaser about some of the categories or some of the sections that you're talking about?
Oh, gosh. Well, there's, of course, just the section of titling your financial assets, whether it's a TOD or a POD or beneficiary deed on your real estate.
Okay, can you stop right there and unpack TOD and POD?
Okay, transfer on death means that if you title something a certain way, it doesn't go through probate. It doesn't have to be titled to a trust. The ownership of that just immediately transfers to whoever you have put the TOD on.
Okay.
And like automobiles, we should all have that type of designation on our automobiles.
Okay.
Which is easy through the Department of Revenue.
It is. And what's a POD? Because it's a band. You may not know, but it is the name of a band.
Very similar.
Okay.
It acts the same depending on if it's a financial asset or something else. So, yeah. Beneficiary deed is on real estate only, and that is that if your home, if it's only in your name, but you put a beneficiary deed of all of your children, then when you pass away, then each of your children would own an equal portion of that residence.
Who
That's
has
just
to
an
mow
example.
who has to mow the yard? Can you put that on there too?
They all have.
Okay.
So, but just things like that, life insurance, the importance of retaining tax information. So we cover lots of different areas.
How long is this experience?
We provide 3 different sessions and about 2 hours each. The last session we have an estate attorney come in and speak to those specific things related to how to if you need a trust, and just the topics that would be related to estate planning specifically.
When does this class take place?
Well, the plan is to have it at least twice a year. We've already had it. We had one early in January, and the next one is in June, and it'll be on a Thursday. And we're doing an evening session. This next one will be an evening session because we've had several people ask if we're going to offer it in the evening. Otherwise, we'd been offering it in the afternoon.
Okay. That sounds great. If somebody was interested, wanted to know more, how would they learn more about this Binder for Life class experience that's coming up?
Well, they could call the office. I think there's an online, there's a place online that speaks to it. Or
Okay.
after April 15th, they're welcome to call me.
After April 15th.
What's important about that? date?
Yeah, why is that date so significant?
Looming deadline.
Yeah, I should say Debbie's a great facilitator. She and Larry, because they come from financial backgrounds, and so they're really able to help the congregation, the attendees, much like they would their clients in the businesses and services they work in. One other thing I would add that's really, really valuable to Binder for Life is when somebody participates in this process, it gives them a natural prompt to talk to their family about who might want to be the executor, for example, of their estate, or who do you think you would want to have be your executor, and have that conversation. Or here's our assets, here's what we're thinking, what are you thinking? So that the families can talk about that sooner than later. And so when people are going through it, like, if you're the mom or dad, you just tell the kids, here's what we're doing at church, let me show it to you. What do you think about this? And then eventually you just hand that binder to somebody or tell them where it's at, and then it makes life a lot easier for everybody when we're either incapacitated or pass on.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for doing this service. I know that sometimes Anna looks at me and she's like, and where are all our accounts? And I'm like, they're right here. And she's like, it's still complicated. So I think I
It
may
is.
need to talk to her.
We have a lot more assets these days than we realize, and we talk about
Yeah.
organizing our personal contacts and passwords and all that stuff.
Okay.
So.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for
welcome.
coming in.
You're welcome.
And Debbie, between now and April 15th, have fun.
Yay!
Okay. Folks, thanks for tuning in. And we always look forward to seeing you on Sunday and beyond. Have a great day. Bye-bye.